And we're live. What's going on, everybody? AB Media 83 here. What's going on, Andre? I almost got PayPal set up, Andre. There's something wrong. There's some issue with my card I gotta look into tomorrow if you're watching. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? AB Media 83 here, and today we're talking about the arrogance of Butthurt Blue, no matter who. Now, wait for a couple of people to get in before I really get started. But yeah, today we're talking about the arrogance of Butthurt Blue, no matter who. Now, for those of you who don't know, apparently Butthurt Blue had a show about me yesterday. If you don't know who I'm talking about, the Black Brain Trust. I have actually linked that show in my description. It's listed under Butthurt Blue stream. And if you want to go watch that stream, that is up to you. To get more context of what I'm talking about, that's your prerogative. But they can't say that well, at least on this stream, they get I'm misinforming you. Well, actually, you're quite frankly, Mike, you're misinforming your audience about me. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But we're talking about that, and we're talking about a couple of days ago, Mr. Z had a conversation with FD Signifier, your local how can I put this, local neoliberal feminist. What's going on, Craig? McRib talk either. Yeah, it depends on your point of view. But yeah, let's get to excuse me. Let's get to FD versus Mr. Z first. We'll deal with the Butthurt Blue Brain Trust in a little bit, but FD versus Mr. Z. My thoughts is actually very simple. Based on what Mr. Z was originally talking about, I think FD was sent over there by, well, the Butthurt Blues. And the reason I think FD was sent over there is because, well, there's an election next year, and now it's less than a year away. And the Butthurt Blues realized that black men are not on board with the Democrats. So I think that's why they sent FD over there to go talk to Mr. Z. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But in my opinion, I think that's one of the reasons why FD decided to resurface out of nowhere. And we're going to see more of that. And I can tell you, FD probably ain't going to be the only one. They're going to send their soldiers over here to try to shame us into voting for the Democrat Party. To which I say, good luck with that. Uh, you could bring all the shame attacks you want. I'm not voting for Joe Biden. Get over it. But yeah, that was an interesting conversation with him, Mr. Z, and if, in my opinion, FD showed us who I thought he was, a simp that works for the simp who claims to understand what we're going through, but works for the gynocracy and makes money off the gynocracy, which is why he couldn't say certain stuff that we say. It is what it is. Take it out however you want to take it. But yeah, actually linked their conversation in the description if you want to go take a look. Man, I gotta see about this cough. If you want to take a look at that, the link is in the description, and you can always take a look at that. But let's talk about the Black Brain Tourists, or as I like to call them, the Butthurt Blues, no matter who's. They had a stream about some of my content last night, and actually, I'm gonna play one of the shorts that they were crying about. I think it was it was last night. I'm gonna play one of the shorts they were crying about last night.
President Trump is gaining traction with voters of color. So I came to the Bronx, put a face on the numbers, and I was shocked by what I heard. Do you think that President Biden is doing a good job with the economy?
No, he's not doing nothing.
Was he doing a good job? Yes or no?
No. I can see we're all going to be in the streets homeless.
There's inflation with everything: food, gas, insurance prices. I mean, you name it.
Bidenomics is not working. It's just completely bad. If you could say anything to Biden right now, who says that the economy is improving, especially in Black and brown communities, what would you say to him?
That's lies.
Do you think that somebody else besides Biden should be president?
Bring back Trump. We have money when Trump was president. Free my son Trump. Trump 2024, everybody.
I'm gonna vote for Trump. He was much better when he was here financially for everybody.
I'm going for Donald Trump. He made sure we had money in our pocket. He was for the people. He made sure we had what we needed. And ever since he's out of office, everything's declined.
They're saying it's going to be Biden Trump, so who will you vote for?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to go for Trump.
Who you voting for? Trump.
Now, this is not misinformation. This is actually people from the Bronx. These are people from the Bronx. This is not me talking. These are actually people from the Bronx tell you how they feel. And of course, Mike does what he usually does. Said, oh, they're so misinformed, blah, 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 blah. He also got mad because well, he didn't really respond to this one, but he also played this clip.
When I say you are so wrong, when I say you're factually wrong, when I say,
oh, you mean how you tell black folk your ass has died for your right to blindly vote for the Democrat Party? Look at the history for yourselves. Our ancestors didn't die for us to blindly vote for the Democrat Party. Our ancestors died for our right to choose who and when we vote. Our ancestors didn't die for coons like Roland Martin to buck dance in front of Hillary Clinton. Like, nope. Let me ask you a question. You think Dr. King died so that we can buck dance for the Democrat Party the way Roland Martin does? Oh, they were crying about that too. How come he picking on Roland? He act like there aren't any people that buck dance on the right. Oh, you mean like Larry Elder and Jesse Lee Peterson? Oops. But those coons are obvious. Roland, those coons don't barely have any influence. Roland has influence, unfortunately. And that's why I focus on Roland. Roland's the one that actually has influence in the has a little influence in the black community. Most of the young people don't respect Roland, but you know, that's neither here or there. But they were acting like, you don't ever call out the coons on the right. Yeah, there are coons on the right. I never said there wasn't a coon on the right. Y'all said that. Y'all don't, but you should if you don't believe me, the link's in the description. I'm not making anything up on them. The link is in the description. Yeah, they also talked about how somebody brought up how, you know, black people are turned against the Democrats in Chicago. And of course, Mike came and said, it's not Brandon Johnson's fault, blah, 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 blah. Well, I uploaded a clip today from Chicago. Let's see what they have to say. Not me. Let's see what they have to say.
City of Chicago and any Republican candidate in the city of Chicago. Now,
is your time because we are done with the Democratic Party. Brandon Johnson, Governor Pritzker, and President Biden have shown us what they think about the black community all over this country. And so we're standing here today to say, okay, if that's what it is, we win it. We don't have to support the Democratic Party. We don't have to continue to support people who are not going to support us. And the Democratic Party here in this city, in this state, and in this country is not supporting us. You got the Republicans on one side and the Democrats on the other side. Guess what? They're part of the same bird. That's right.
Pretty much,
So,
yeah.
it doesn't matter anymore which party we go with. But I'll tell you this, I'd rather deal with the snake that's outfitting himself of the Republican Party than the snake that's...
President Trump is gaining.
Well, you've heard from the citizens of Chicago. That's not from me. That's from the citizens of Chicago themselves. Are you going to go to those people? You gonna roll up to Chicago, Mike, and tell them people they're misinformed? They don't understand the process. You gonna go tell them pissed off people that with a straight face? Good luck to you. Good luck to you. You gonna tell them people that you don't know what you're talking about? This happened years ago. Brandon Johnson had no control over it. Okay, even yes, I did listen to your stream, knucklehead. Even if that did come in under Lori Lightfoot, she was voted out, and quite frankly, if you listen to the details of where they are putting the migrants, that was not fair to that community. They wanted to put the migrants in a place where the elderly and their youth met all the time, and without any warning whatsoever, and thought that was okay. That's not okay. Oh, and you talking about, oh, you can't handle 200 or 300 immigrants at a time? What's wrong with you? I hate to break this to you, Mike. You're misinforming your crowd. They're not sending immigrants 200, 300 at a time. They're sending immigrants by the thousands at a time to Chicago. By the thousands. And as you stated, apparently the Biden administration has allocated money to house these migrants, asylum seekers. And quite frankly, if they did have all this money, they should have had a better plan for it. To be blunt, their plan sucks. Nobody's happy. It's not just the black community that's pissed off. The Latino community and the white community, the other communities are pissed off in Chicago because of this too. So you can't just say it's black folks are so misinformed about this. So why the other communities those other explain the other communities complaining about that. Now let's get over the bold-faced lie you told. You said that during this stream, if you don't believe me, to go down to Butthurt Blue Stream. If you don't believe me, he said this, that I didn't cover anything in the midterms. People like me didn't cover the midterms. So is that why I covered the Georgia? So I didn't cover the Georgia debate with Stacey Abrams. I didn't cover the Florida debate with Ron DeSantis and the other candidate skips my name at this time. He's always trying to run for I forget the dude's name. Doesn't matter. Oh, and I didn't cover Marco Rubio versus Val Demings debate. I didn't cover any of that, right? And I didn't talk about Stacey Abrams whatsoever, right? Oh wait, I did. Those links are in the description too, you jackass. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Mike. You misinformed your audience yesterday. I did cover that shit. You just want to pretend I didn't. Don't believe me? You don't have to take my word for it. The links are in the description. I did cover the midterm election. And while I didn't make a video about it, I also covered the Senate race in Indiana too. I watched that. Quite frankly, the debate was too boring for me to make a video about it. But to sum it up, the Democrat at the end said, "Oh, all the women are going to come out because of abortion and vote for me," as his closing statement. And I said after that debate, I said, "Okay, he doesn't need my vote," and I didn't vote that year. And sure enough, when election time came around and the polls for Indiana's closed, that Democrat lost that debate. But I didn't cover the midterms whatsoever. Okay, yeah, you misinformed your crowd on that, Mike. I definitely covered the midterms. Talked about Tiffany Cross too, trying to shame black men into supporting Stacey Abrams for what? Oh, by the way, Stacey Abrams lost too. She actually lost by a bigger margin than she lost before, trying to get black men's vote. So, what's this about? I didn't cover the midterms again. Oh, by the way, that's in the description too. You don't have to take my word for this. You don't have to claim I'm misinforming anybody. The proof's in the description. Oh, but you're probably not gonna look there. You're probably gonna make another stream. Oh, he's misinforming people. Oh my gosh. Now, let's see, we're about 17 minutes in. What I'm gonna do right now. If anybody wants to come up, well, let me get the links first. And this includes you, Butthurt Brain Trust. I'll take all comers here, as long as you legit. If anybody wants to come up and talk about this, I'm getting ready to put the link in the chat. But yeah, Mike, you misinformed your audience saying I didn't cover the midterm elections, when actually I did. Granted, I didn't get that many views on it, but I covered the midterm elections. You can't say I didn't. There's a link. Anybody want to come up? You can come up now. Cash apps, as you can see, the cash apps on the screen. I'm working on yes, I am working on PayPal. Don't worry. But if anybody want to come up. There's the link. But if those you don't believe I covered the midterm, I covered the midterm. Want to go back and look at those videos? That's perfectly fine with me. But the links in the descriptions. The links are in the descriptions. I covered the midterm. And granted, I'll admit something about the midterm. I thought the Democrats were going to get shellacked. Turns out Republicans focus way too damn much on abortion, and voters didn't like that. So the Republicans didn't do as well as they thought they were going to do, and they barely took the House. And quite frankly, I'll be blunt. I'm not that biased. If Democrats had kept in the child tax credit, the Republicans probably wouldn't have the House right now. But you had to use Joe Manchin and Christine Simler as an excuse not to get something done. You know how Democrats are; they always have their excuses. you chose to make excuses for why you can't get shit done. So um, I don't feel sorry for you losing the House. And the way y'all playing the game now with this Israel situation, you're probably gonna lose the Senate too if you keep playing around. If you think folk are playing with you, you think if you think you'll pull this butthurt blue crap is gonna work the same as it did in the past, you have another thought coming. Now, now that December is here, we got one more month in 2023, and next month it'll be 2024, and we're gonna have some primaries. And apparently, Florida has decided that Joe Biden's going to be the nominee, so Joe Biden's the only person on the primary ballot for Florida. Even though that I know you bet Cenk Uygur, Mariam Williamson, and I forget the other dude's name, but it's not running. It is running. Florida decided to keep their names off the ballot. Well, let's see, that's Andre. Okay. Hey, Andre, what's going on?
Hey, what's good, bro?
Yeah, just they made a stream crying about shorts yesterday, so I just responded in kind.
I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure who they are. I've heard them mentioned before, but I'm assuming they're a larger channel. So I'm wondering why they're even fucking with you.
Yeah, probably because I'm linked to BGS, and
Oh, okay.
it's a more "you're wrong, Daddy" syndrome. But they'll probably never admit that. But
I thought it was kind of like the whole FD and Mr. Z scenario.
mm,
Their narrative, and not happy about it.
they're on that shit too. Y'all talk about women too much. Get over it. But it is what it is.
That was an interesting take that you had, saying that possibly sent over here. That could be the case. He does have
Yeah,
a pretty big audience.
yeah. I think he was sent over here because things are getting tight with the Democrats, and they need our votes. Now, whether they get them or not, that's up to them. If I'm not mistaken, Stevie Wonder is pushing Biden to do reparations for real.
Yeah, I doubt that's happening.
And yeah, I know, but I put it to you this way: things are bad when even Stevie Wonder sees that the Democrats ain't doing right by the black community. That's a but what do I know? I'm just from Indiana, and I guess I have no right to speak on the Democrat Party, even though I live in a city ran by a Democrat. But anyway, wait. I'm sorry. I'm in a city ran by a Democrat I voted for. Okay. But anyway, that's the other thing he misinformed his crowd about. He don't want to talk about the fact I live in Indianapolis, where Mayor Joe Hostek is the mayor, and we elected them not 2 times in a row. We elected them 3 times in a row. So all this you live in a Republican state, okay, and granted, there's some things that are out of his control that the Republicans have control over. It is what it is. But I don't want to hear about you have no right to talk about the Democrats. Like that's not an argument. Just saying. You there, Andre?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
I find that to be really fucked up. That like you can't say anything about them at all without them having an issue. Like seriously.
I mean, we have electoral votes too. We have 12 electoral votes, which could make a big difference, depending on who the can how the race is holding up. So, like, hey, prime example, believe it or not, Indiana has gone blue once in the last 40 years. They went blue for Obama the first time, and yes, I did vote for Barack Obama first and second time. But
Yeah, that's
because
understandable.
because I live in Indiana, I can't speak on national Democrats, even though I'm eligible to vote for him. Okay. Oh, and as much as the people in Chicago are complaining, he want to say they don't understand the process. They don't know why they doing all this crying now. They need to leave Brandon Johnson alone, even though he's moving thousands of migrants in their neighborhoods, and they're committing crime in their neighborhoods. And by the way, even the Latinos don't want them there either. So, what's your point?
Yeah,
Other
speaking
Chicago.
about that, speaking about that short that you posted about that,
Hmm.
I assumed that it was related to that the video that posted on his Patreon about all the immigrants going to Chicago.
Yeah, they said them over there in the buses over to Chicago. Now, Mike brought ideas like blame the Republican governors for that. Well, hold on, wait a minute. Did it ever occur to you that the Republicans are sending them up there on buses because they can't afford to hold all them immigrants either? They got a state to run. They can't afford to house all them immigrants like that. But you, but but that's how they operate. They're that's why I call them butthurt blue. They gotta they always butthurt and they have to find a reason to blame a Republican.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So that's why I came up with the term butthurt blue.
No matter who.
Yep. Let's see. I had to charge my phone up. I was at 17%. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to come on and talk about. Like I said, nothing FD said surprised me. He is who he is. He's a shield for the feminists.
Oh yeah.
He's a
Like
shield for the women.
I actually wanted to watch a few of his videos because he had a few videos where he was talking about anime. I watched a few of them and it's like, yeah, he basically was like talking about them, but like from a feminist perspective, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
But the
well,
best
and
thing is the
according to
best
him, we
thing
hate
was
women, and we could, we
sorry,
just
what
need
did
to,
you
according to FD, we just need to take shit off our women and pretend this shit works and it doesn't.
say? Yeah, I was saying the fucked up thing is like there was a few points that he made that I did agree with. So like if they are using him, as a tool, like seems to be pretty effective. I hated the
Yeah,
fact
he
that I
makes a
agreed
good
with some of
point
the
from
shit he
time
said.
to time, but he has that feminist slant.
Yeah, exactly.
And he tried to say, "Man, y'all too hard on the women." Like, oh no, not really. I barely talk about women on my channel, but
I was telling Mr. Z like, he was talking about how like his sarcastic title about how black men don't watch his videos. And I'm looking in his comments and all I see is, I'm a black man, but I'm trans or whatever.
Yeah,
There's a whole lot of that going on.
yeah, and that's their business. I don't really get into that kind of talk. If you want to do that, that's your business. But I will say this much: if you're gonna play the trans game, you have to inform whoever you're messing with. I don't believe in this. I'm not, bro. No, you need to inform whoever you're messing with that you're trans, and that's just not coming from me. Veteran trans people will tell you that you don't play games like that. I don't know where that came from. I don't You don't play games like that. But that's y'all's business. I don't try to get into trans business. And the LGBT to my LGBT brothers and sisters, I don't try to get in their business. I try to stay out of their business. I don't try to get into all that.
Yeah, I have no issue with that. Like, they can do whatever they want to do, not my problem. As
Yeah, as
long as
long
they
as
ain't
you don't
bothering
try
me
to.
with that shit.
Yeah, as long as you're not trying to enforce it on me, I don't really care what you do.
I just found it to be strange. It's like, you know, black man that's married and has kids that a lot of his audience are from that crowd.
Yeah, it's a feminist type crowd, I guess. Oh, and if BGS ever watches this stream, I know he's working with his grandson now. Your last stream, sir, you're not shit. You ain't never been shit, and you never will be shit for that stream.
He's talking about the one earlier today.
Yeah, the one earlier today.
Yeah, fucking no, I didn't see the one he uh he put up this afternoon. Fucking had to take a sick day today.
Oh, just watch it. Just watch it. It'll take a load off your mind. He plays a couple of videos of the emotional labor black men go through, and some of the bullshit that black men go through. A little fun video you might want to watch before, because I'm actually about to get off in a few minutes. So probably eat something real quick and prepare for Art New Stall stream.
Yeah, I'll check it out then.
But one of the reasons I came on is because they said in their stream yesterday that I didn't cover the midterms, and you can see the link in the description. That's total horse shit. I did cover the midterms. I covered several debates, and you have to go back and look through my lives. I don't think I listed all the debates that I covered, but I covered Stacey Abrams, covered Tiffany Cross, I covered Val Demings versus Marco Rubio. I knew Val Demings was going to get crushed by Marco Rubio just by the way she was operating that debate. To give you a hint, Andre, imagine a BW trying to mommy a white man, and that pretty much sums up Val Demings versus Marco Rubio. And I was like, oh, that's not going to play well. I'm like, oh, that's not going to play around the conservative realm. Okay, I'm like, sweetie, you're not among black men. You can't do that to white men. And sure enough, she got crushed during the election.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I knew she was going to get crushed. I was like, okay, that may work on some black men, probably not black men in this space, maybe a few, but that doesn't work. That white men do not like that shit. That mommy shit, they do not like that stuff. The link to that debate's in the description. Go watch it, man. I think it's the yeah, I think it's the Florida one. Go watch that, man. White men don't take that shit very well. That what's that saying? She fucked around and found out.
I mean, if they've been using the same play for the longest time, I'm not surprised they would still try to pull that bullshit.
But the whole debate, she trying to mommy him. I'm like, this is not going to work. I'm expecting for her to make some substance or something. Be like, bro, like Marco Rubio, you should know better. And I'm like, you do know this doesn't work on white men, right? Well, she found out.
Yeah, I'll check it out after. Sounds like I'll get a laugh out of it.
But anyway, I'm about to shut the stream down. Um, thanks for coming up, Andre. And
Yeah,
yeah, I am working on that PayPal, man. But there's something wrong with my card. I gotta see about that tomorrow.
yeah, it's all good. And my bad, by the way. I realized I asked you a couple times. Pretty late on Saturday.
But thanks y'all for coming through. This is AB Media 83. I'm out. Peace.